My name is Stephanie Oliver, a senior instructor here at Esri. I'm here to talk to you about some visual effects you can use in ArcGIS Pro. We're going to cover layer blending, feature blending, and transparency. Let's go ahead and get started and take a look at these. When it comes to layer and feature blending, we have the same modes for both. We'll go into the differences between layer and feature blending in a moment, but first I want to talk about the modes. Each of the modes has a formula it uses for the blend. Here we have a value gradient and basic colors against the OpenStreetMap blueprint base map to see the changes between each group of blending modes. We have lightening modes. Lightening modes result in a visibly lighter layer. These modes work by brightening and removing black. Brighter colors become opaque, and darker colors are semi-transparent, with black being fully transparent. We have darkening modes. Darkening modes result in colors that are darker. Darker colors will become opaque, brighter colors become semi-transparent, and anything white will become transparent. So essentially, anything darker than white will have a darkening effect on the layer below it, and the darker the color is, the less we may see of the layer below it. We have comparison modes. Comparison modes allow us to show where the colors are least or most similar between the source layer and the background. We have divergent modes. Divergent blending modes are a combination of the lightening and darkening blending modes. These modes create a complementary blend. Colors that are darker than 50% gray use a darkening blend mode, and colors that are lighter than 50% gray use the lightening blend mode. Our final group is called color combination modes. The color combination modes consider hue, saturation, and brightness, which are primary color components to create a new blend. Hue is the color, excluding white or black. Saturation is the intensity of the color, and brightness is the level of darkness or brightness, with white being the brightest and black being the darkest. Using the color combination modes convert the values to and from the HSL, hue, saturation, and lightness color mode, which may result in changes to some of the color values. We will pull up some wildfire data outside of Mariposa, California to see how this looks. We will first work with transparency. By selecting the layer, going to the Feature Layer tab, we can find transparency. We can either use the slider to increase the transparency, or we can type in a number. Transparency works well, but sometimes it desaturates the color of our layer when we do not want it to. So let's remove transparency and work with the layer blending. When you apply the layer blending mode, it will take your layer and blend it with any background layers. So I can take this polygon data and blend it with the hillshade behind it. The layer and feature blending modes are a function of the appearance of the data, and just like symbology, it does not affect the data itself. You can always choose a different mode. The colors of your layer and the layer behind it will affect the visualization. You may find that you will need to experiment with the colors and modes to get the desired outcome. Now let's remove the layer blending and focus on feature blending. Feature blending has the exact same modes that we find in layer blending. But with feature blending, it blends with the other features within that layer, which can be used to highlight the overlap in any layer. Again, depending on the colors of your layers and the blending modes you choose, the effects will vary. Now we can combine transparency, layer blending, and feature blending. I hope you find this useful when you want to take your visualizations to the next level with either transparency, layer blending, or feature blending. Thank you for watching.